AITA for not letting my mother's husband come to my wedding? I, 29F, have been with my partner, 32M. For 7 years we have been back and forth whether we want a big wedding or if we just elope. We have decided to have a wedding as we are both only children, so it's our parents' only change to see their kids get married. One of the big reasons we wanted to elope was both our families are broken and not everyone gets along. It's our day and we really didn't want the drama that our families might bring. I sent out the invites about 2 months ago, and my mother called me as soon as she got it to let me I made a mistake as her invite only had her name and a note saying strictly no +1. She flipped her lip that her husband wasn't invited as they have been married for almost 25 years. A bit of backstory, I am an only child and he doesn't have kids. They got together when I was around 3 years old. When I was 8 years old he started abusing me. This went on until I left home at 15 years old to live with my great-aunt. While I didn't tell anyone at the time due to fear of him, I have since told my great-aunt. She has been super supportive and helped me seek help for this. When my mother was made aware of this, she instantly defended him and took his word that he never touched me. While I wasn't surprised by this, appearances mean a lot to her. It hurt me deeply. We had a rocky relationship for a few years after because of this. She has made it clear that she is sticking by him and will defend him if I ever took it further. Despite this, we have come a long way to repair the relationship we once had, and I want my mother at my wedding. For the past month I have been getting calls left, right and center from other family members telling me how rude it is that I haven't invited the man who raised me and that he is very upset he can't walk me down the aisle. I don't know what to say to them other than it's a small wedding and we only have limited spots. I don't want to tell anyone the real reason as it overshadow the wedding and that's all they will be thinking about. They are making me feel guilty and like I've done the wrong thing. They all think I should have invited him. I can understand from their point of view it would be strange as they don't know about anything. My fiancé and great-aunt fully supports me not wanting him there, but I still feel like an a-hole for not inviting him. AITA? Update. Absolutely devastated. After reading so many comments about her bad behavior and so many people saying they would be NC and wouldn't have her at the wedding, I really took it all on board and called her. I asked her to really think about it, think about what he did to me, how it made me feel, and ask why she thought I would want him at my wedding. I told her at this point I don't want her to attend and told her to stop calling people and complaining about it. I told her if I get more calls or texts or if she causes any more drama about being uninvited, I would tell the whole family what he did to me for 7 years under her roof and how she didn't do a thing to stop him or protect me. She instantly got defensive and lost her sh*t at me over the phone. I told her I'm not getting into it over the phone and she needs to respect my wishes. Now overnight, I've had almost 20 family members message me telling me they are no longer attending my wedding and that I am disgusting and a vile mentally ill girl for making up such nasty and revolting lies about MH. I called my aunt, mother's sister, and when she finally agreed to talk to me, she told me my mother called her last night in tears. She was apparently beside herself. The short version was basically I was jealous of him and how much attention my mother gave him. I was set on ruining him as a person and was going to make up lies about him abusing me just to get my own way. I was gobsmacked. I literally sat on the phone in shock for a few minutes while she continued to tell me what my mother said. She apparently also told her the reason I left home so young was because I hated MH making me do my chores. She even told her that at 15, just before I left, that I tried to seduce him to persuade him into giving me a car, and he turned me down, which made me angry. That's why I left. I told my aunt that was simply not true. It was so far from the truth. I asked her to call and talk to my great-aunt, and she can tell her what really happened. When I told her about the abuse, my aunt said she is now confused and doesn't know who to believe. I am gutted and completely embarrassed. If this is what she has told my aunt, what has she told everyone else? How do I face this? I feel like the vulnerable little girl all over again. My fiancé is a little overwhelmed with how everything is unfolding but still been really supportive. We have decided to cancel the wedding despite having paid deposits for almost everything and elope with just his immediate family, my great-aunt, and a few close friends. Update 2. Shit has hit the fan big time. I've had a few family members reach out to me and turns out he assaulted 2 of my older cousins before me, and 1 since. As awful as it sounds, and I know it sounds awful and I don't meant it that way, but I'm glad I'm not alone. Now it's not just me trying to tell my family. Our experiences are all pretty similar. We were all too scared to come forward and say anything because he threatened to hurt us and our families. We all thought we were the only one. He always said we were his special one. I know how silly it sounds now, but as a kid living with it you believe, and as you grow up you hope he isn't hurt others. We are in the process of talking to everyone in the family to seeing if he hurt anyone else. Once the family heard about the other girls coming forward, everything became clear to them. They realized my mother was lying to protect him and have rallied around us all. They have all been so apologetic for believing my mother and not seeing it sooner. My MH on the other hand showed up at my house. I have no clue how he got my address as mother doesn't even have it. He was trying to talk/threaten me into staying quiet and not go to the police. I obviously didn't answer the door and asked him to leave. I called my partner to come home quickly and I also called the police. He broke into my house while I was on the phone to the dispatcher and started yelling at me, hitting me, and trying to choke me. Thankfully help arrived within about 10 minutes and the self-defense classes I've taken helped a little bit. As scary as it all was, I feel like it's finally over, if that makes sense. He is being charged and still in lockup for break and enter and assault. The four of us girls all made statements about the abuse and the police are opening an investigation. What a roller coaster this week has been. Honestly, I didn't think it was possible to feel everything I'm feeling. At the start of the week we were having a wedding and no one really knew about the abuse, to wedding cancelled and everything thinking I'm making things up, to everything unfolding with MH and my cousins, and now we have decided to go ahead with the wedding but change it to be more about us and for us, not our families. Obviously I know we still have a long road ahead of us, but for now it's over. Time to focus on the wedding and the people who matter most. Thank you to everyone who has left comments and advice, it's been so appreciated. Edit. This is definitely the last update. I wasn't planning on updating at all, but so much happened and it felt good getting it out. Time to focus on the wedding and putting this all behind us.